In this video, I'm going to share the 4 specific examples of how you can get on your ideal client's radar. And this method is particularly great for agency owners, any marketing agency, but also like any other B2B service really, because the mechanics are the same. It doesn't matter for what you use that for, okay? Why is getting on the radar of your best potential clients is so important? Yeah, why is it so important to not be sales at the very first start? Why is it so important to build the rapport? Well, because this is how we work as humans, right? So imagine if somebody just jumps out of you nowhere. It's like, dude, I can help you. I can help you make so much money. Like, just pay me 10K, pay me 10 grand, and I'll have it for you sorted out. And if you don't have it done in 60 days, I'll give you all your money back. Madness, right? So you look at the guy like he's mad and you just walk away, okay? Yet in the digital world, for some reason, people think different. Of course, there are different examples, right? So you can set things up using direct copywriting stuff and have a really good offer that kind of gets people, that gets the people that are ready to buy, that experience this problem in the particular moment in time when you're reaching out. You can have that done, of course. But if you're looking to grow a more long-lasting brand where people get to know your brand and then use word of mouth to share your brand's values, to share your brand services, just basically create this long-lasting value, then the stuff that I'm about to show you is really valuable to you. So make sure you go check it out completely, and maybe share it with your colleagues and smash that like button, follow me and subscribe to the channel. Still growing, so it's always nice to have new people helping out, and of course I'd love to help you out as well. Okay, without further ado, let's just jump into these 4 specific examples. However, before I jump into them, I want to show you what is that I'm really talking about. So if you think about, like, why do people want to connect with us? Why do they want to interact with us? What would make them to like reply to your cold message? What would make them to reply to your cold email? So of course, like, there's a bit of an emotion. So if you've been funny, if you're on LinkedIn connecting with them and you can make a joke or something, this is a purely impulsive, like, emotional man. That was a good one. Like, they already associate you with some great positive emotions. Have a bit of a chit chat, make a funny joke, and then the conversation can start flowing. But what if you have a more like um, generalistic approach? What if you want to base the stuff on value? So let's look through these things that I'm about to share with you. So the idea is that you would basically go and create something that the target audience, like the people you're reaching out to, would find interesting, would find important, and would find potentially helpful for them in order to sell their services. Okay, so here you're trying to help them sell their stuff. I'm going to show you the examples that I personally did, and as well as some other examples. Okay, so the first thing that I put this together on the website that I owned. I put this guide on 52 reasons to try Alexander technique. Okay, so Alexander technique is, if you're not familiar, it's like from the yoga world. Okay, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's it's the type of this way of life, like exercise and whatever. I'm not going to get into that stuff right now. So I put together this guide on the 52 reasons to try Alexander technique, and then I reached out to registered Alexander technique professionals, basically practitioners, professionals, yeah, so the people that teach Alexander technique. And the post at the time, it went quite viral, so it's got like 2,500 shares. And it was pretty cool when I was reaching out to all those people, because at some stage of like the second day when I was reaching out to them, they were like, some of them started replying like, yeah, we've already seen this then, like, are you the person behind this? And the stuff that started happening was quite crazy, yeah, because they were like, are you an Alexander technique practitioner? Like, what do you do? Like, would love to see you for our convention. Can we have a chat with you? Stuff like this. Like, it was pretty unique at the moment for me at the time, because I was pursuing some other goal with this specific piece of content. I wanted to rank on Google and to get some backlinks, some completely different stuff. But basically, in this case, I built in an asset that these people found helpful. They started sharing within their communities because they wanted their clients to see this stuff. So I was helping them to sell their stuff. On top of that, I came up as an authority because I did a thorough research. We put together quite a lot of scientific papers about all these, whatever research was available on Alexander technique at the time. So I got a lot of, I out of nowhere, like in a day or two of this outreach, I got a ton of clout. Yeah. So people, even though I didn't even know what Alexander technique was. I was like, I had a writer, like, dude, can you please put this article for me, like Alexander technique stuff? Here's your task. And he did that. So people started reacting to this. So now going back at you, can you have an asset that you can potentially research? And there will be some other research examples right now, but in this case, it's more like, is there anything that you can create that will help your customers to sell more of their stuff? Another example I had was I had a client that was like an e-commerce store that we wanted to get backlinks from for our clients. So in the e-commerce stores that were selling those, what are they called now? Well, let's say they're called like unicycles. Okay, they're not unicycles, but whatever. So we created a guide on how to make how to make sure that unicycles are safe, right? So, and the guys that work in the e-commerce stores, they saw a lot of value in this because they obviously want their target audience, the people that they sell these unicycles to, they want them to be safe. So they all posted this stuff. So it's like a bit of a Trojan horse, you create something of value for these people that would help them sell more of their stuff. And then you get their attention because you're trying to be helpful. And that's reality. That's how it works. You connect with them and they're a lot more inclined to do business with you afterwards. Okay. So the next example is coming from the one and only Andy Cristodina. So I love and hate this guy in the best way possible. I'm saying this. The guy's amazing. So the stuff that he's doing is really, really great. And this blogging statistics then. So this is the research that Andy and his team, I presume, pulling together every single year. And then they have a large database of bloggers that they reach out to via cold emails and essentially get this then out there. They reach out to all the bloggers and they're like, can you please fill up a survey for us? We're doing this annual blogging survey, like the industry standard thing. So he's reaching out to he's getting this many bloggers reply to basically fill out the form and share the insights. Yeah, and then he's basically posting the findings. Yeah, so there's it's entirely cold email outreach. There's nothing else. He's just sending loads of emails, yeah, to get that many responses, given that the survey is really, really it's very, very long. Okay. And every year they publish the results, they update the results, and this then it generated 3,000 referring domains. So not even backlinks, but referring domains. So it means that almost 3,000 separate websites link to this specific page that I'm showing you right now. Yeah, that is crazy amount of authority, but also everybody knows the guy. And guess what he does? He does web design and development, website optimization, some other stuff as well inside there, I'm sure. Super smart, very under the radar, and he positions himself as an industry expert right away. He's connecting so many people. He's providing a ton of value for the community. He gets found. He's just this is the beauty of it. One single piece. Probably, I presume he might have some other stuff, but this one piece is that I know him for, okay? And he's banging my door every year about the same time when the time is due to update the thing. So they're doing an amazing job. Now back to you. Can you create an industry-specific survey or pull some other statistics? Basically, the idea is that, and I'll show you another variation of that then in a moment. The idea is that you reach out to a lot of people and basically provide put together this first-hand research. Yeah, so you reach out to a lot of people, get that information inside, and then publish the results. Okay, and then you share it with the industry, you share it with the people, and then all of a sudden you are in the center of attention. Okay, because now you are creating the news. You're the man, yeah, in the middle of it. So that is the power of this. So can you come up with some statistics that can be useful for the industry that you want to serve? Because that can be a powerful way for you to get in touch with these people and before you try to sell your service. Okay, you build your brand, think about the future, create this thing, and every year you can reach out to them once again and ask them the same question to see where it's all going. Okay, next example is my attempt once again. So that's my name here, and I did something similar. I actually found I found this top 100 Shopify stores study on Reddit, which just took off. I actually reached out to the guy after all, and he replied. We had a good chat, and basically I put my own thing. It's a research. Yeah, again, so I compared top 100 Shopify stores with small, medium enterprises. Okay, I did this study for the agency, and we basically compared different things here: fully loaded time, Facebook pixel. Basically compared 100 top 100 Shopify stores against average Shopify stores. Okay, and to make sure, just to show small medium enterprises where they can excel and what else they can do with their stuff. Okay, and then what you do, so it's something similar. Yeah, so again, the research. Yeah, but in this case I didn't need to ask anybody to fill out those statistics. I didn't need to reach out like what Andy was doing with his statistics survey, right? The blogging statistics survey. So in this case, I just produce a research, which is pretty cool. I know that the topic is interesting because it already exploded on Reddit. So I just took it, spent it a little bit, and then presented my findings. Yeah. And then what I do next is then I reach out to anybody that I feel might be interested in the findings that I provided. Okay. And that again that gave me back fascinating results, because what ends up happening is once you start sharing this value with people, you're like, dude, I did this. There's this study that took off on Reddit. I created this other study where I compared these top Shopify stores, and people love this stuff. Once you're being a little bit you're not even being provocative, but you're just showing the differences. Yeah, people like this, and you start reaching out, and well, surprise, surprise, I started, I sent this stuff out, and then people reply to me and say, oh man, great research. By the way, tell us a little bit about the services that you provide, because we actually need this stuff for our own business. And I was doing SEO link building at the time. So stuff like this inevitably happens once you start sharing this value, okay? And if I was a little bit smarter, I would just connect to them on LinkedIn, so that way they will see my content all the time. So it would be in the pool, and they'll create more relationship with them. But that is something else. Okay. So again, the research. You don't need to ask people specifically. You can just dig into an interesting topic, and then you can spread the news. Of course, if I was picking between these two, I would go for the first one. So I'd go for what Andy was doing, because it allows for a lot more touch points. Yeah, because you reach out to so many more people know about this. Then you have a legitimate reason to go outreach. You're like, oh, I'm doing this, and you are part of this, then would you like to know about this then once it's live? And if you do, by the way, fill it up and let's make it happen. Let's show everybody how it all works. Okay, now the last thing that is pretty simple and works really well. Okay, and this is what we call in SEO expert link roundup. Okay, so I tried doing this on LinkedIn. Works pretty well. So, and I'll show you just how well it works. So this post got over 20,000 impressions. So pretty solid. I mean, I got posts with a lot more impressions, but this one was pretty solid. And I would reckon the strategy works. Even if algorithm changed, we had a LinkedIn algorithm change not long ago, so I'd assume it still works really well. again, the idea is that instead of now going into like doing this mass kind of survey where you ask like a lot of people to get some statistically significant data, you would instead go with a question that is, you know, that is valuable to the community. In this case, I was doing like a question, how to get backlinks for SEO without building them. So this is the one question, yeah, something that is provocative in SEO is like, oh, getting backlinks without building them, you know. And many people within the SEO community are like, it's impossible. Well, in reality, it is possible. Yeah, and I shared this the findings. So what I did is that I asked this question to the people that I actually know from my SEO stuff. Yeah, so I asked these guys. Some of them I didn't know. Yeah, some of those reaching out, I didn't know them. But it's very, very, again, it's a really, really cool way to, you know, get in touch with people, because again, you're reaching out to the experts in the field. Okay, so they already have their audience. Yeah, so is there like any experts in your field, yeah, the one that you're working at, that all have their audience already, have the audience that you yourself consider to be your ideal clients? Yeah, have they got that attracted? Because if they do, easy money. You reach out to them, you ask them a question and mention that you're going to post it, you're going to tag this, you're going to tag their name, their company page, whatever they ask for. And they'll be featured, because this stuff is really, really valuable. They don't need to create any of this right now. Yeah, they're being part of this roundup thing, which is great. And then they're getting exposure as well. Yeah, so they love this stuff. People love this stuff. So that's the idea behind this. And then once you get it live, it's very easy to create as well, this carousel. Yeah, so I just take the guys' names and their profile photos and basically their responses, and that was it. You know, like very, very basic stuff. And of course, given that they're part of it, they start reposting it. So there are like quite a few reposts. Obviously, not all of them coming from the people featured in there, but people love reposting this stuff that they're featured in. It can be very, very, very powerful. So that's another way. And besides that, once you've got like, you almost have like a panel right now. Yeah. So once you got a panel with these experts, you know, people considered to be experts in your field. Well, guess who are you right now? You also become an expert. Yeah. Because you're part of this. Like you kind of rub against them and you get this expert dandruff. Well, you get the point. That's the idea. So this is about it when it comes to using social selling for in order to sell your high ticket B2B service, be it on LinkedIn or a cold email. So again, provide value, focus on how can you help people before helping yourself pretty much, and sales will take care of themselves. Okay. And this stuff it's like so much more sustainable in the middle and long run, because sending crazy volumes of emails, you need all this infrastructure with like the main setup. You need to make sure that they're actually sending out, not landing to spam. Then obviously you are harassing people. They don't like this. And this stuff is just so much more different. You focus on creating this brand, positioning yourself as an expert, and then basically helping people to make the only right decision, which is buy from you. I hope this video has been of value. Make sure to smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.